Okay, how's everyone doing? I pray everyone has had a blessed day. I hope by the time, whether this message reach you on YouTube, Facebook, even Twitter, Snapchat, wherever you may find this word of encouragement, inspiration, motivation, as well as truth to situations that are everyday life situations and something to go by to help you along the way. What I will be speaking on is basically, you know, us being in dead end friendships, relationships, whatever kind of ship it is that we're on. That's the first main thing that we need to get under control. I find it that if you're in a friendship or a relationship and you're with someone that you can't first totally be yourself, secondly tell that person how you feel, and truth, if it's something wrong that they're doing or it's something offensive that they're doing or whatever the case may be, and there be no hard feelings about it. That's not the friendship, that's not a relationship for you. Reason being, for one, we have a lot of people that party together, have fun together, travel together, and it's all good and fine. But if you take away all the fun and necessities and everything like that, and we were just dealing with each other, and I'm going to use an instance for a situation. If I'm in a relationship and saying that I'm making some bad decisions, or it could be even with my kids as a mother, I don't care what it is. And I'm making some bad decisions as my friend, as my partner, or whoever you are in my life, you should be woman or man enough to be like, look, Mandy, this what you're doing is not okay, it's not cool, and the reason that I'm telling you this is because I love you and I care about you. Now, as a woman, it may make me feel some type of way. Because one thing about a person, we love what we do, and everybody just about think what they do, especially if they're in the moment of doing it, think they're doing something that's right, or they're going to agree with it because it's them doing it. But a real person, especially a child of God, even if it hurts them or hurts them at that time, God will definitely sit you to the side and will allow you to accept correction. So when a person is refusing correction, you get what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do about that. And those are the type of people that you have to separate yourself from. You will never grow with these people. You will never be able to have a true friendship with these people. And I've learned from past experience being in friendships and relationship with people, and we was all good when we all partied, had fun. If I was in a relationship, we laying up, we doing what we doing. But when I begin to tell you about yourself, you get what I'm saying? Or if I tell you like, look, man, you know what? I've had a change of heart. I'm trying to get my life together. No, I'm not where I want to be. Let's get that first understood. You know what I'm saying? We first cannot, how can I put it? Tell somebody something we went first of all do ourselves, second or something we haven't been through already know the results of. So if we all hanging together, we having fun, everything was Gucci, everything was good, as to say, but as soon as I find myself trying to get myself together, so now I'm looking at the big picture. First person I'm dealing with is me. I look at all the wrong turns, decisions, everything that I did wrong. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of things that I could avoid if I'd have made the right decisions in life. You know what I'm saying? And that's where growth come in at. So from that point, as I begin to reflect on myself and I begin to working on me and continue to work, because it's a daily process. It don't happen overnight. Change don't happen overnight. None of that. But the first step is admitting and noticing where you're wrong at. So when I began to see me and me and accepting who I was and learning, okay, this is where the problem persisted. This is where the problem started. This is what you got to first remove in order to do it, in order to get some things out the way. Okay, you really you did some some crazy out the wall stuff, wasted some time on stuff you shouldn't have wasted time on, and and now it is what it is, and you can never get that back. But you can from that point of notification of accepting who you are and what it is that you need to do and what changes you need in life. From that point, you can decide what you're not going to do, what you're not going to put up with, what you accept in your life, what changes you decide, that you know you need, and you go from there. And anybody that's in your circle, that's affiliated with you, that's any kind of way tied up with you, if they can't accept who you are at that person, you get what I'm saying? Then they're not the person for you. Because one thing I've learned in life, when God begins to elevate you, and He begins to minister you who you are. In other words, He's starting to start His work in you, and that in which He start, He will finish. In other words, the Lord is starting to show you who you are as a woman and who you are as a man. And when He begins to do that with you, you will learn quickly who are the people that are meant to be in your life, because they're going to do one or two things. They're going to either elevate with you, or they're going to elevate from you. The reason I say that, because the ones that are going to elevate with you are the ones that are saying, you know what? Man, I know me and my dog, but we used to do this right here. So, you know what I'm saying? I know, blase, squaze, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? If this how she feel, and you know, this is what the Lord doing for her, I know it's time for me to change. And we could simply have a conversation. Girl, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. It just done got to the point I'm just tired. You know what I'm saying? It's time for a change. Girl, we need to get ourselves together. A real friend be like, you know what? That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to come up with a plan together. That's what we're going to do. And this is what we should be by here. And I ain't speaking on just unrealistic changes, because you got to be realistic, because we're still human. We're still people. And we're going to make mistakes. That's just the bottom line. But being real with ourselves. You want people that's going to be real with you, and that's going to be real with themselves. First of all, real with themselves, because if you can't be real with yourself, you ain't going to be real with nobody anyway. A lot of people are living these fairy tale lives where they feel like everything is everything, and it's not. And it's never going to get better. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as you continue to live that lifestyle that, oh, I got this, I'm doing this way, I'm this, that, and the third, but you're not accepting nothing within yourself as far as any mistakes that you're making or have made, you're not fooling nobody but yourself, and it's not going to get you but so far. Another thing, as a woman, we hold so much strength within. We're stronger than a man mentally. And when we learn who we is as a woman, we can help a lot of men, I put it like that, in a lot of areas, because a lot of them, don't get me wrong, a man is a man. The Lord put them here for such. So you don't have to just baby their hand. Trust me, a man know how to be a man. But in the sense of a woman, we hold more more strength when it comes to the mental. And what I mean by that, we can endure more. Look at the fact, the Lord knew what He was doing. We could have a child. You know a man ain't finna deal with all that. And anybody that had a baby natural like myself, with no pain medicine, and had to push and everything, baby, you know, that pain ain't for everybody. But the point being is this. It's how we use that in which the Lord has blessed us with. That's why our name is broken up into woe man. We come from both, under one gender. So, in other words, we have the strength to do that in which a man could do, but the Lord didn't put us here to be nothing but a woman. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of women want to be the man and the woman too. I don't desire to do that. I love a man that knows who he is. I love a man that knows his place in life. I love a man that knows that he is a man. And through teaching, through understanding, through mistakes, through just all this stuff, I also learned to allow a man to be a man. Because one thing about it is, if we do not give him room to grow, even room to fail, because just like ourselves, if you ever failed at something in life, guess what? The next time, it was not so hard. Because guess what? Now you know a little better. Now you got some people, I don't care how many times they fail, they just guess what? They're going to continue to fall. That's a different scenario. But on the realistic tip of it, to a person that's genuinely trying to grow in their life, a person that's genuinely trying to do better in their life, guess what? You're going to fall sometimes. So allow that man to fall. Allow him to see things or not probably always, not probably always what he think it may be, or I'm not probably going to be this, that, and the third. Because guess what? That's going to elevate him in his manhood. Because, see, now he's learning his lesson as a man. But, see, us as women, because for one, we hold the demeanor of a man and a woman. especially one that is providing for a family. You get what I'm saying? And you're with a man, so oh no, we can't afford to let this go, cause if this happen, this gonna happen. Guess what? Sometimes the good got to suffer with the bad. My cousin put me on that. And what I mean by that is, in other words, sometimes we go through things, and this is what my pastor gave me. Sometimes we are presented with circumstances. And the circumstances itself may not be the best. And it ain't going to feel good at all. And the circumstance can look so messed up. I mean, really messed up and just out of order and just all out, just ridiculous. But guess what? It ain't the circumstance in which we should be focused on. It's the outcome. And in other words, just because something made me look messed up now, that don't mean that's going to be the outcome of it. So we have to not only trust the process, we have to allow certain things to happen in life so that we can grow. You can't, in other words, you can't tell me something if you ain't never been through nothing, because that's just retarded. You feel what I'm saying? That's just like a teacher. If you don't go to school to learn the proper adequate things to teach a child in school or whatever, how are you going to teach them? You don't know nothing. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of us, like myself, are self-taught. The Lord just blesses us, but we speaking on the realistic. We speaking in the natural realm of it. How are you going to teach me something if you don't know it? That's just like me as a mother. How can I tell my children, my daughters per se, okay, well, don't do this. A man is this. A man is that. A woman should carry herself, or a woman should do this. And I've never done that myself. That don't mean that I've been like this all my life. It means honey, mama done did some stuff. She didn't have no business doing it. Guess what? It didn't work out for me that good. So guess what? Now I'm learning as a woman where I messed up at. So as a woman, my token to my children is to pass that to you. In other words, I took that for you. So you didn't have to endure it. So I gave you something to work with. So you didn't have to go find out. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm giving it to you raw. I give it to my kids raw. And I love the fact that my kids, they understand, because I break things down to them. Because, for one, we're not in a pity-patty world where kids, for one, we got to acknowledge this. These children know more than we think they do. And you got to give them credit for that. And you have to accept that. And at the same time, don't dumb these children, try to dumb them down like they don't know, because they do. Because that's why a lot of times why kids wander off and trying to figure out things, because guess what? We try to make like it don't exist. Or it don't, at least it don't happen up in this household. Or it's just that, nah, baby, I let my kids know, look, this is what it is. This is the time era we in. If you go do this, or if you involve yourself, or this, yada, 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 this is what happens. So therefore, I can't leave them with room, for one, to feel like they're exempt from anything. I can't, for two, leave them with room to feel like, oh, mama could just save you from the world. No, because some stuff you can't allow yourself to get into, then guess what? Mama won't have no say. So only thing I could do as a mother is be your mother. I could pray with you. I can help you through it, and that's it. I don't take up for my kids when they're wrong, because when you're wrong, you're wrong. And my kids know this. I do not care, because for one, I would rather you learn, and I'm going to put it in a better sense, because this is what I thank the Lord for myself. I'd rather for you to be a young fool than an old fool. So if you got to learn a lesson at a young age, that gives you room to grow as an adult. So you don't have to carry your childhood into your adulthood. You get what I'm saying? So if you're going to learn, the time is now. Learn now. Don't be out here 40 and 50 years old like, dang, where did time go? And then you realize that, dang, if I would have did this, I'd have been. Not saying it's too late. But why go through that when you don't have to? Why go through that when you don't have to? But getting back to the subject, examine your circle. Know that the people that you're dealing with are people that you should be dealing with. Every friend is not a friend. All company ain't good company. Don't get yourself caught up in meaningless conversations that's not supporting, motivating, or inspiring. Because guess what? That's jibber jabber. That's bullcrap. It's okay to have fun and have somebody you can laugh with and, enjoy and y'all jank or whatever the case may be because, that's part of friendship, relationship, whatever. That's different. But when you realize the pattern of a friendship or a relationship that's not, for one, benefiting you or not benefiting that person, or it's not making you grow, or it's not making your person or making that person grow, then that it's time to evaluate that situation. It's time to examine it. Now you can approach it in a different light, and if approaching it, it makes you turn out to be, oh, so who you think you is, you don't argue and you don't condemn. Because when you try to turn the light on somebody mess and they still want the light off, guess what you do? You politely pull your seat back up to that chair, you let them have it, and you walk out the door. And you keep your peace of mind. Because guess why? Everybody don't want to be saved. And as people that are trying to do better in life, we have to accept that. That's one of the hardest problems we have to accept. For one, everybody is not going on us on this journey. And it's okay. And it don't make them no less of a person than we are. It means one of two things. They are good with where they're at and they're going to stay there. And that's fine because everybody's not going up. Or two, they got a little more learning to do like we did. And guess what? It's just not their season. And you got to let everything play out. And pray for them in the process. And pray for whoever, period. Prayer changes a lot of things. But at the end of the day, use your better judgment and your discernment because the Lord will give you that. For the most part, be real with people. This is the season to be real with people. Stop allowing people to make you feel bad about being real with them. If I'm real with you and you feel like I'm judging you and I ain't coming to you bashing you, I'm not hollering at you, I'm not putting you down, I'm not, on Facebook talking about you, I'm not, how can I put it, saying, oh, how you gonna say, and doing all this old outlaw talking to you or whatever, and I'm coming to you as a woman, and I'm sitting down talking to you, giving you, you know what I'm saying, dropping jewels on you, and you taking it as I'm judging you, guess what? I can't do nothing about that. I can't make you accept that. Because what I do know is the little change that took place in my life, it wasn't because when I felt like who you think you is, how you gonna tell me this? Man, I ain't got time for this junk. That little change took when I said, you know what, man, maybe you do need to sit back and observe yourself. Maybe you do need to sit back and figure out, like, darn, maybe it's something that I got within myself that's the problem. Maybe I do need to reflect on me. Maybe I do need to take a step or two back and be like, okay, look, you tripping. Or you got too much going on. You need to let this situation go. You need to focus on you and your children. You need to get your life in order. And until I took that step, guess what? I was in the same predicament. And it took me to realize who I was in order for me to want to change. You cannot push that on nobody. Couldn't nobody push it on me. Plenty of people came. Plenty of people, oh, Mandy this, oh, Mandy that, or girl this or that. But guess what? I also had plenty of people that were fine. Just how I was. Guess what? Hurt people hurt people. And hurt people love other hurt people to suffer with them. But guess what? We could hurt together. Because everybody that's lonely, guess what they want? They want somebody to be there with them. They hate to go through it by themselves. And that don't make them no bad person. I done cried many nights with people who was going through just as much as me or more. But guess what? We can solve each other. They can solve my problem, I can solve theirs. All we could do was cry together. Because for one, we wasn't tired. We wasn't tired of what we was going through. We wasn't tired of the mistakes we was making. We were just in a moment. But like the old folks say, when you sick and tired of being sick and tired, then will you learn. And another thing, learn to accept your own responsibilities. Nothing in life that we go through is literally because of nobody else. Now, people can cause us hardship. That means that, in other words, they could play an involvement of a situation to happen. But how it turns out is solely up to us. And I used to be one of the biggest ones to say, you know what, if them mother scooters wouldn't have did this, or this no good so and so wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't have had the problem. But you know what? Even in that token, if I would have been woman enough in my mind to say, you know what, okay, I see how you want to play. Cool. I'm gonna let you do that. I'm going to continue doing like I've been doing. I'm going to pray. That don't mean it's going to always be easy. I may even have days where I have to cry. I may even have to say, "Day, Lord, why? Why do I got to put up with this?" And allow the Lord to minister me back to my pieces, my space of peace. But guess what? I will not give you the satisfaction to think that you have victory over me. Because see, the enemy, he doesn't come to steal his own. In other words, when you're doing what you want to do, he don't bother you. He come to steal what don't belong to him. See, he tries to come and steal what does not belong to him. He wants your peace. He wants your salvation. He wants your change that's finna come. He wants your breakthrough. He wants your children that ain't gonna be dealing with the generational curses that you don't have to deal with. Cause he don't want you to see it. He don't want it to manifest. And he knows it's already going. He wants to come steal those kind of things from you. He don't come to steal things that, whatever the case may be. In this journey, I have also lost a lot of people that I dealt with. And I ain't gonna say I lost them, they walked away. People will take your change as, oh, she thinks she all that now. Far from it. Because, baby, I ain't even that yet. But, baby, when I do, you'll know about it. And the point I'm making is this. I know I myself got a long way to go. But I'm not afraid of, conviction, acceptance, owning up to my own mess. I'm not afraid of that. So I have room to grow. I tell people all the time, always leave room to grow because, and it's another thing, it says, don't ever try, it's better to not make it seem like you're right in your own eyes. In other words, oh, I know I'm right. You can't tell me what to do. Oh, I know how I'm going to handle this. Oh, I got something for this. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Guess what? You're not going to do anything long. Going fast and ain't going nowhere at all. A lot of us are so stuck on ourselves and what we think is right and what we think need to be this and what need to be that we don't realize that a lot of times we're our own critic, we're our own hurt, we're our own suffering, we're our own abuser, we are our own self-destructor. Until we realize a lot of who we are, we'll continue to deal with those problems. And I don't know about anybody else, but I just got pretty tired of it. And I said, Lord, whatever it is you need for me to know, whether it's about me, the people that surround me, whatever the case may be, show me, because I want peace and I want my spirit, my energy to be peace to somebody else, because I know how it is to be going through something and it seems like everybody that is in your corner, if they're not going through something, they negative. So when your eyes is starting to open and you like, Lord, I don't know which way to go. Now you just want a peace of mind. You can't find, and then you realizing too, like everything surrounding you was junk. Clear out your circle. It's necessary. It's 2019, people. And I just did this here because the enemy's been trying to keep my mouth shut for so long. And even though I've started up my pages and got things on the foremost, I hadn't did no introduction of who, and what it is that I'm trying to do. And because my biggest thing is I want my life to reflect the testimony. Not reflect. I want my life and this testimony to reflect on helping somebody else. Because one thing I do know, the Lord does not allow us to go through nothing in vain. And let it not be in vain. If it's in vain, it's because we don't take heed to it. In other words, if you know that the Lord is telling you to change something, if you know the Lord is trying to help you out of something, if you know the Lord is trying to turn your life around and you rejecting it, one thing about the Lord, he don't push himself on you. Everything in life is a choice. However long we decide to deal with the choices we make, that is still a choice. And at some point, we have to choose either we're going to go this way or that way. And there is literally no in between. So I say unto all my brothers and sisters, please get your life together. At least start. And if you've already started, do not let nobody belittle you and make you feel like the little change that you have made don't mean nothing. And do not, and I mean do not, surround yourself with people that would allow you to do anything and watch you self-destruct. Because those are not your friends. Those are not people that care about you. People that care about you are going to tell you if you're doing something wrong, if something you are doing is affecting somebody else, and they're going to do it in love without judging you. Now, how you take it, that's on you. But that's a friend. And guess what? They didn't have to go tell nobody else. They was woman or man enough to come tell you. Those are the people that you should respect, and those are the people that you should want in your life. Stop getting all these just stuff friends. All these friends that everything you doing, hey girl, that's what's up, girl. Oh, that's my dog, that's my bro. Stop getting all those people. Cause guess what? You can get them people anywhere. But real people and real friends that are gonna tell you how they feel, that's going to tell you, baby, look, this is what it is. Those are the people that are hard to find in this day and era. So when the Lord bless you with genuine people that really care enough about you to tell you the truth, love those people, accept those people, and y'all learn how to accept each other. Because it's going to be a time where you got to tell them about their mess, and guess what? They got to accept you too. So until next time, this is my third broadcast, and this is your girl Mandy Love, and I look to do many more, and I hope that this helps somebody. If nothing else, I hope that it really opens the door to something positive for someone who really needed this word or just needed confirmation. Because if you're anything like me, I mean, I have to just go in depth with Lord, like, look now, if this what you telling me to do, or this what you want me to do, guess what? I need you to show me this. And after he showed me that, I want him to show me something else. But I pray that this is definitely confirmation, and that this is definitely a wake-up call for people that are dealing with situations they don't have to deal with, being in friendships and relationships that they don't have to be in, and that you examine it, and whatever the choices you make sure you do it in love with a clean heart, and that you first of all consult with God, and that you ask the Lord to, help you with this journey that you're going on, because it's definitely new and it's definitely different, and it's going to take some time in adjusting. And I pray that we all get ourselves together in the same sense and continue to work on a positive impact on this world, because it's enough negativity, and that we all can pull together and do our part. And leave your comments below. Follow me on Facebook, Mandy Love. Follow me on Twitter, Mandy Love. Follow me on Snapchat, Mandy Love. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mandy Love. And I pray that this honestly bless somebody. It's not the best. I don't feel really good. I just did this because it's been on my heart, and I really didn't just get my message in like I want to, but I just went with the flow and allowed the Lord to just say whatever it is he wanted to say. And, we went with the flow, and we're going to keep it like that, because I don't want to be programmed. I'm not putting on a show for nobody. And I know that, everybody's not my assignment. So for to whom this is pertaining to, I pray that this helped you, and God bless you. Much love. And 2019 is definitely going to be the year of change, and definitely the year of elevation. And like I tell all my followers on my last Facebook page, I just pray that you're ready for it. In the name of Jesus, you have a blessed one. Bye-bye.